our kids should not see grown people getting shot in the fucking street.
How do you grow as a human being if you're only around people that are just like you?
I think the cliche of a gold digger needs to die because that's some bullshit.
I haven't seen any gold.
That's the difference, because my ass would have been up. Like, I'd have been like, hey, you talking about little mama.
Let me bump my way in here.
Do you think I'm gonna run off crying in my damn way?
I'd be like, pull yourself together.
So we fucking around and having babies with everybody that's fine. Now we know why being a single mother is so high.
I don't like giving Evelyn no energy.
So today she said, can they just film us here talking at the table?
I know.
It's the best conversation.
It is. One of the reasons we started the show is to be able to connect with single moms, moms in general, young moms, just all the things that we've experienced, because we have decades of experience being parents, single parents between the two of us.
So we're like the aunties.
And we don't want to be political, but we do want to recognize what's happening in our country right now and how it could possibly be affecting our children. And I think it's important that we have a conversation about that, because you and I were talking the other day. Mari's great at like going through and doing research on the things we're going to talk about. And she got to the point where she was like, I can't look at one more post. I can't research one more article about what's happening in our country as far as the immigration laws. Mm-hmm. And I do that in quotes because I don't really consider them to be laws. It's kind of tyranny at this point. But we need to talk about how it's affecting our children, because that matters. And how do we navigate through this space for our kids and be that safe space for them? And how do we let them know that they're okay and that they will be safe?
There's not a guarantee that they'll be safe if they're undocumented. There's not a guarantee that they're going to be okay if they don't have exactly what they want, because now it's not, back in the day, it affected Black people, right? And it's not that Black people are taking a vacation on this and Black people are not speaking up on this. It's just that you fucked around and found out. But it's not a good fucked around and found out when you see a 5-year-old little boy with his little rabbit hat on
and his backpack
getting toted away. Like, that was very difficult for me, because I realized that they could mistake any of us for an immigrant. They can mistake me, you, someone that's mixed, someone that has papers. At this point, they don't care. But I think the hardest part for me was thinking, if that's my daughter torn away from me, if I had to choose between what to do, I was sick to my stomach. I'm sick to my stomach at the state that our country's in. I'm sick to my stomach because I have friends on both sides of the aisle. I have some of my best friends that I'm sure I know that voted for Trump that have been diehard with it. And I have friends that are completely Kamala. Like, remember, I lit my house up blue. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, I think the purpose of this show isn't about your party.
Right.
I think the purpose of this show today is about, it's so much going on and so much division with parents and kids and children and families being torn away. I mean, we have the Beckhams, we have Evelyn, we have the show that was on, what's the guy's name? The football, Shannon Sharpe, and the children being transactionalized. It's like, I almost feel like it's an attack on our children.
And why are we not protecting our kids?
Why are we not protecting our kids?
Why are we not protecting our children? The whole ICE situation has hit home for us in a sense. Like my oldest daughter, just a brilliant mind. And I may be a little biased, but
no, you're not biased.
It's true. And she had a friend of a friend who was in college, and her friend got detained. And she got a text message in the middle of the night about this person who is a U.S. citizen being detained. And the part that is most heart-wrenching is like, these are people, like these are human beings. Like, we need to be looking at people as human beings.
Not cattle.
Right.
Not cattle.
And so I'm taking her to a dinner the other night for her birthday. She turned 18.
Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, baby. And she is literally reciting her rights. She has it memorized. She's like, if we get pulled over on the way, I know my rights. I know the amendments. I know everything to say. So they don't, you know, they're less likely to arrest her or whoever she's with. So the fact that this is real, like the fact that my 18-year-old daughter has taken the initiative. I didn't tell her about this. It's the way the world is affecting her. And she's like, I need to know if we get pulled over or if ICE tries to pull us over. Cause you know, she can be like racially ambiguous. Like people won't look at her and necessarily know exactly what race she is. And so she memorized it. She knows what her rights are.
I was traveling and one of my best friend's daughters called me on the phone. And she's like, hey, Miss Mari. She texted me first. Hey, Miss Mari, how are you? I knew then it was something. Then when I went to call her back, she was in tears because her dad's from Venezuela. Her mom is from America. They are are they right or left? Like, what are they? Republicans? What are they? Right? Left? Because see, that's how much I don't care about.
They're right.
They're right. They're very much on the right. Like, I don't care about that. And she's just like, I'm worried about my dad.
Yeah.
I'm worried about my dad getting detained. I'm worried about my dad getting pulled over. I'm worried about him and I'm scared. And I had to tell her, you know, at this point, we can't do anything but lean on God and stick together. But I don't think that people realize the impact this is having on our kids.
Yeah.
Our kids should not see grown people getting shot in the fucking street. Our kids couldn't be able to see you cuss on TV. You could barely kiss.
Right.
Now we're showing people getting shot on flipping national television because like this is okay.
Yeah. And
this is not okay.
Yeah. Then you have to have that conversation with your children because they're seeing it.
And what gets me about all this is, do we have gun laws or do we not have gun laws? We talked about this with the school shooting when my daughter school somebody did a hoax on her school and several other colleges saying that the colleges where there's an open shooter. Now we got open shooters everywhere. I get immigration. I get it.
Totally.
If it's criminals, if it's bad people, I get protecting the country. I get protecting the people. But to do this to kids, to take children out of their mother's arms, to detain a 5-year-old little boy, I mean, I don't understand what's the root? Is the root money? What's the root? Is the root money? Is the root we're going to make we're not making shit great again.
I mean, it's so, I feel like it's so deep, the level of darkness that is happening right now.
Yeah.
We'd have to unpack it for days to be able to understand. And there are things we don't even know that's happening, you know? And then I saw something online and you and I talked about this, the little boy who is being bullied at school with the other kids telling him that he's going to be deported.
They're going to call ICE on him.
They're going to call ICE on him. And it's like what? Parents, have these conversations with your children.
Because I'm going to say this. I know my platform's not huge and I know that people are going to know where this is coming from. I'm a girl that has friends of all nationalities. I do not discriminate. I have some of my best friends are whatever, but race is not, you're not born being a racist. It's a learned behavior. You don't learn how to you don't come out of the womb and hate Black people. You don't come out of the womb hating Latino people. I mean, this isn't even our country. This doesn't even belong to us. And I just think that the impact, I think it's like parents, take 5 minutes and breathe and realize what is happening to your children. Look at the trauma that this is causing our children. We have high school kids walking out of school protesting because they're afraid that their classmate is going to be gone.
Yep.
I mean, and this isn't even about, I don't fuck a political party. It doesn't matter about a political party. So what you just gonna like, that's like I said on the other show. You're just gonna quit loving your kid because they're gay? But you gonna quit liking me because I'm Latino?
Right.
I mean, you've got Black people that come in every shade. You have Africans that come in every shade. You know, the land doesn't belong to us.
You have Latinos that come in every shade.
Every shade.
You know, so it's crazy.
And then we wonder why the climate's the way it is. We wonder why we had COVID. We wonder why we're having ice storms in the Southeast. We wonder why the oranges are freezing. Maybe God's trying to get our attention and say, like y'all focused on the wrong thing. Like our country's completely divided on something that doesn't even matter, because what matters is the future of our country, and that's our children.
And my daughters at their high school, they had kids after school that were protesting. They had their posters, and I was talking to you on the phone. You heard them in the back, and they were protesting. And I had a conversation with my youngest, who got in the car because she kind of crossed her little protest line and got in the car because she had a game that night. But we had a conversation about it, and she was like, you know, I understand why they're protesting. I understand why they're doing that. And she said, and if I could do it, I would do it too, because it's not right. And again, like, we're not against, you know, people who are criminals. Like, there should be justice.
I want people to understand. I still remember my childhood friend, Lynn LeMay and Cheryl Snodgrass. And they didn't look like me, but they were like some of my best friends. They were some of my best friends. And this was a time where it was like, if you light skin or if you this skin or whatever, it doesn't matter. They were my friends. They were my friends. And I don't want to have to teach my daughters how to separate people. It's not like separating colors. It's not like separating. How are you separating humanity?
Well, I was going to say, how do you grow as a human being if you're only around people that are just like you?
Right? I can't imagine telling my friend, my daughter Mariah, she couldn't be friends with Gabby. Gabby's like my child. I could never imagine that. I could never say to her, oh, you can't be Gabby's friend. That's ludicrous to me. I can't imagine saying to Gracie, oh no, you can't be friends with those kids.
But that's all founded on fear. Like, when people are that way, it's because they're afraid. Like, they're afraid of what they don't know. They're afraid. So that's why they're that way. And I think, you know, as parents, it is our responsibility to teach our children how to be kind, how to be a good human, how to love, you know, and the platform of, like, you know, oh, we're Christian. Well, Jesus is about love and loving everyone.
The situation with ICE and immigration has gone. I don't think that this is what the people voted for. I really don't. I don't think that these people thought that it was going to become like this, whatever side of the fence it's on. I don't think that anybody could imagine people carrying military weapons in the middle of the street. I don't think anybody would have thought that they would be pulled over by a masked man with a military weapon, swiping
with
their
no
kids,
credentials,
or using their
identifying
baby at the
himself.
front door to pull the mother out of the house. I don't think that anybody would have thought this is going to happen, because this is America. This is America.
I mean, you say that.
I mean that.
But you say this is America, but America's built on that.
America is built on that, but I think that it's a fucking new day.
I mean, I would hope so.
It's a new day. I don't think that the people are going to continue to allow this. I think that at some point in time, God is going to step in, because it's not us that are at stake. It's our children.
And we need to teach our children the truth. Like I was saying earlier, we need to teach our children kindness. Mm-hmm. We need to teach them, you know, humanity. We need to teach them philanthropy. We need to teach them true history. True history.
And let's talk about this.
Let's teach
history
them
is history.
True history.
History is history.
History.
I don't care what displays you take down. History's history. History is history.
But it's up to us not to let it die.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we need to have those conversations with our kids.
And that's why I appreciate who's ever speaking out, because they're not letting it die. Mm-hmm. Because this isn't our land to begin with. You know, if you have Cherokee in you, if you have any Native American in you, like, it's a big deal, right? What's happening right now is a big deal.
Yeah.
Because it can either make you or break you. Like, we're not going back. And no matter how hard they try to get us to go back, we're not going back. There are going to be gay people. There are going to be Black people. There are going to be Latino people. There are going to be people from Venezuela. There are going to be Asian people. At some point in time, are we going to just figure out how to love each other?
I mean, that's the goal.
Or what I mean,
that would be the goal.
We're not holocausting this. Like, we're not doing that. And I think even in the mix of this, and we see all these things happening, and we see what's going on with kids, we see the trafficking, we see all these things, then we see a transactional relationship between a father and his daughter. When I saw that interview on the Shannon Sharpe show, I saw two sides of it. I saw a man that was riddled with guilt because he hadn't done what he needed to do. So he needs to figure out how to spin this on somebody else. And I also saw a man that was like, I just don't really flat out know what the fuck I'm doing.
I think that's it.
Like, right? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah, I think that's it.
And when children are getting taken away from their moms and their dads, who gives a shit about a transaction? I mean, who are little girls supposed to go to ask for a new pair of shoes?
Right.
I mean, who am I supposed to ask?
You would want them to come and ask you or their father.
Should I, at 13, ask some boy I'm dating? Like, who am I supposed to ask to take care of me? I think the cliche of a gold digger needs to die because that's some bullshit.
It is.
Because right now, we just don't know who's digging gold. Right? We don't know at this point who's digging gold. I haven't seen
any gold.
Right?
Other than this necklace I got on.
That's funny shit. But it's like, you know, I came back to the mother and I was ready. No, you was ready. You was ready. She was like, boy, bye. You ready. But that's what happens. They think that you're going to just stay and wait.
Oh, absolutely.
And what do we call it? You're saving your spot.
They always trying to save their spot.
They think that you,
always.
I mean, that, and then the fact that Shannon Sharpe went on to say, yeah, they be wanting this, and that, and they want this, and that. Why'd you film that? Why did you film that? You need to stop.
When I hear that, all I hear is excuses and not wanting to take care of your responsibilities. It doesn't come across to me any other way than I don't want to be responsible. I don't want to take care of my responsibilities. I want to remain a child. That's how I receive that.
And I receive Shannon as, I'm a co-sign you not being responsible. I'm a co-sign you being a child. And I'm a co-sign you doing what you want to do. Mm-hmm. And because you too have kids.
And good for him for coming out, like saying it. But it's like, once you know that there's a wound, then it's up to you to take the steps to heal it.
Correct. You hear people say all the time that their relationships with their kids, or you don't, maybe not you, but I do hear people all the time say, you know, they only love me when I'm doing this. They only love me when I'm doing that. And I said this before, that's not true. Kids are kids.
Absolutely.
They are pure at heart. They love you no matter what you're doing. But when you distance yourself and you make a decision to be on the giving end, and when they're trying to give you love and you don't receive it, you make yourself transactional.
Yep.
You put yourself in that place.
Yep.
I was looking at Michelle Obama on Call Her Daddy. Shout out to both of them. It was amazing. And Michelle Obama said something that stuck to me. She said, women, find an older woman.
Yeah.
That has been where you've been. Find an older woman to talk to about the situation you're in. And she was like, hey, I've been there. I did that. I've done that before. Go get an auntie, one of your mom's friends, somebody that you can trust, somebody that you can lean on, just to get a little advice on whatever that thing is, because how many single mothers do you know that have been put in a position of being where the dad is thinking they're transactional? Well, women are more educated now. They're making their own money. They're making their own decisions. the transactions are starting to fade. And so are the fucking excuses. You get to decide if you want to be a parent or not. You get to decide if you want to be present or not. You don't get to decide if you want to be transactional or not because you made that decision. The child didn't.
Right.
The child didn't ask to be here. So what are we transacting?
You got to take care of your children. I don't care what word you call it, transactional agreement, whatever. Like, you need to take care of your children. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would hope you did. I want to get Shannon Sharpe so bad, but I'm not. I want to get him bad. Because he didn't even pay for his own daughter's fucking wedding.
He's wounded.
He is wounded.
He's wounded. He needs healing.
But can we talk about that for like a couple minutes?
All the men that need healing?
Like,
sure. Let's talk about it.
Can we talk about hurt people hurt people?
Yeah.
And when you're a hurt person with a platform, I don't know if that's lethal or not.
Well, you create alliances with people that also are hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And as human beings, we're always looking for validation, right? For our feelings or whatever. And so you're surrounding yourself with people who are validating your brokenness and not leading you towards healing.
I remember being in a Bible study group years ago. They were talking about brokenness. And then when they got to me and they were talking about like, Maury, because I've been broken. Like I have been broken, like down. I'm not going to lie. I would not lie to the whole world.
Me too.
I've been broken. And I thank God for the brokenness. Because like I said in that Bible study, brokenness is the beginning. It's the beginning of a new you. Mm-hmm. At some point, you got to break that off.
Better you.
So that you can grow and so that you can figure out who you are and what you want to do and how you want to live. And you can try to change people, but people change on their own. And when somebody shows you who they are, it's your job to see it.
And believe them.
Yeah, it's not my job to be like, hey, did you see him? Did you see him? It's your job to see them and to make a better decision and a better choice about your life, about your friendships, about the people you hang around with. Because the energy that is around you is the energy that you're in. Mm-hmm. And we need to figure out the energy that our kids are in right now. What are our kids seeing? How are our kids living? What are they doing? We talked about children detaching from their parents or children divorcing their parents. And then we go to the Beckham family. It's like this whole flipping month has been under attack for the children.
Yeah.
It's like we talk about the Beckhams and how their son is just like...
wants nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
He wants nothing to do with them. He said he felt like that really there. He felt it gave him anxiety, and he feels like now that he doesn't have that same anxiety he had when he was a part of the family.
So when did he get this anxiety?
I think he felt it based on what I've done. The research I've done is like he's felt that way for a very long time being in that family. But you can imagine the level of pressure you feel when your father is a high-level soccer player.
Oh my God. But did you watch the documentary? The documentary with the Beckhams was amazing.
I saw his documentary, but I didn't see the one that's just like, is there another one?
No, it's the Beckham family. It's Victoria and David together and their family. And they were singing, I believe it was Islands in the Street, and they were dancing. And it's a love story. But again, I will say this. I said this in a past show that the ego is huge. Mm-hmm. The ego is huge, and God doesn't deal in egos. He deals in humility. And when you're in a family with somebody as large, you got David Beckham, and is she Posh Spice? Mm-hmm. That's huge. Of course, there's going to be some monitoring and controlling and some, like, it's the legacy that you were born into.
And there's a face, like they want to share a certain brand.
Yes, it's what you were born into. And you either decide to roll with it or you decide not to.
Well, I mean, the pressure of that too. And like, as a parent, like, you teach your child, you want your child to be who they are. But in that situation, it's like, at the same time, you kind of want to mold them into who you want them to be.
Correct. But when But let's talk about this. The parents do not like the girlfriend
The
or
wife.
the wife. They were a little reluctant about her from the beginning, and they don't want her around them. I don't think that you just decide for somebody to be ousted or not in your family for no reason. I think there's reason behind that, right? And I could be wrong because I don't know them.
Well, we don't know the reasoning, if it's like something actually happened or if it's an ego reason. Like, we don't know.
Correct.
Because when I looked at the picture of Brooklyn and Nicola, is that her name? The wife? They remind me so much of David and Victoria. Like, when I saw that picture, I was like, they kind of look like a little mini David and Victoria to me. She's little and had the big sunglasses on. She reminds me of her.
I didn't like when he said his mom was dancing inappropriate with him.
I couldn't find any video on that. Could you find that? I was looking to see if I could actually see it.
Listen, if he wants to divorce his family, that's on him. I don't think this is traumatic enough to not talk to your parents again. I don't know, but I will say this. I really want to like the people that my kids are attached to.
Oh, 100%.
I really want to love my son and my daughter-in-law.
Yeah.
I really want to love their parents. I really want to bring this into the fold so we can all like whatever. And when we talk about inappropriate dancing, she is Posh Spice. I don't think that she was necessarily appropriately dancing with her son. I think she was probably just dancing.
Right.
And I don't know about the dress or not the dress. I just kind of say, fuck the dress. Like, we've been talking about dresses for 2 weeks now. But at this point, the dress doesn't matter. I just think that when you're in a high profile family like theirs, there are going to be some rules. We're going to have somebody that's going to be the rebel.
There has to be
and
rules.
Rebel. Mm-hmm. But I think that maybe, just maybe, they don't like the family that he married into. I don't think they share the values with that family.
Well, what I read that happened was Mark Anthony said Brooklyn was standing up on the stage, I guess, at the wedding, after the reception or whatever. And Mark Anthony said he called up the most beautiful woman in the room. That's what I read.
We're talking about Mark Anthony.
I'm just saying what I read.
Yeah,
I wasn't there, clearly.
Right? Who always loves a fucking beautiful woman. Like, he loves J-Lo.
And so,
look at his wife right now.
Yeah.
We're talking about Mark Anthony.
Right. And he said that, but then that's when Victoria got up. And she was like, he must be talking about me.
You got to know your role. You got to know your role. You got to know your role. But see,
she's like, clearly he's talking about me.
See, because that's the difference. Because my ass would have been up. Like, I'd have been like, hey, you talking about little mama.
Well, that's what she did.
Right. Okay.
That's what she did, according to what I read. And then that is what the Nicola ran off and she was crying, is what I read. So
if you're crying now, you're going to be crying later. Like, come on now. Put some big girl panties on. Like, if you crying now, you're going to be crying later. I'm like, listen, again, I'm not a jealous woman. You ain't about to run me off my shit. Like, because I'd have been like, hey, Mom. Hey, and then swerved it in.
And
just swerved it in. Look.
You'd have hopped there too. You'd have hopped up on the stage too.
We'd have been doing the electric slide. Like, because I just think that
you've been doing the bump.
Let
me bump my way in here.
Hey, scoot over. Scoot over. But anyway, I mean, in the bigger scheme of things, is that worth like leaving your whole family for? I don't really think it's that. I think that she doesn't like the in-laws. I think the Beckhams don't agree with the other family's way of life.
Or vice versa. Maybe the other family is pretty private and they don't agree with the Beckhams' very public life. Mm-hmm. You know, it could be that.
Or they don't agree with who they donated to.
Oh. Do tell. You mean donated?
I feel like this is Bridgerton.
Do tell.
I just think that they don't agree with who they donated most of their funds to. I'm going to leave that at that because we're a new show.
It's okay.
Yeah, it is.
We didn't donate.
We ain't donating.
They donated.
Not to that
It
one.
wasn't us.
But I think that that's a bigger part of the problem. Both of them are entitled. Brooklyn and his wife. They're both two entitled people. I said that carefully. And I think they both think they should have it their way. Both families are very well to do. So now we're in a war of the roses.
Do you think this goes back to, we've talked about before, where it goes back to not teaching your children how to handle challenging situations or being able to navigate when things don't go their way? And just like, it didn't go my way, so I'm just not going to talk to you.
Do you think I'm going to run off crying at my damn wedding? Do you think I'm going to run off crying at my wedding? I remember this. So me and my mother-in-law, not my mother-in-law, because I never got married, my kid's dad's mom, were very close. Like, we were very close, like to the point we'd be on the phone all night talking and laughing and snickling and giggling. And I would be mad about something, and I'm like, oh, I'm so mad, Ma. I am so mad. Can you? And she would do just what you're doing. She would be laughing, and she would be like, Mari, take some emotion out. Take some of that emotion out. Calm down. It's okay. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no, it's the worst that could happen. She's like, trust me, baby, it ain't the worst that's going to happen, right? And she was like, if you just take a little bit of that emotion out of this and reevaluate, just sit down. Don't react. But we talked about this earlier. I'm quick to react.
Yeah.
You'll count to 20. My ass is like,
I'm like, give me a minute, because I'm deciding whether or not it's worth my response.
And she said to me, back up a little bit. Just take a little bit of the emotion off. Mm-hmm. Take a little off the top. And then at the time I was young, I was like, oh, she doesn't want me to be emotional. I don't even know what that means. But now I do. Mm-hmm. Because you're seeing it acted out in her wedding. You were too emotional. You ran off the floor. I mean, like, everybody at the wedding is like, oh, the bride ran away and the mom's dancing with the son.
So dramatic.
Right? It's so dramatic.
I would be like, pull yourself together.
We don't need all that. And in this, the second vows, I think they were doing their second vows. It was like redoing it. No. I mean, girl, you married into Victoria Beckham and Posh Spice. David Beckham and Posh Spice. They two of the fucking finest people on the planet.
Yeah.
Get your shit together. Mm-hmm. Get your shit together. And I'm not saying the son is wrong. But I am saying find a way to get back to your family.
It's family.
I mean, if they're not, we've seen so much worse happen, right? If they're not assaulting you,
yeah,
abusing you, figure it out.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
It's family.
Right. It's your family. They're not going nowhere. David and Victoria ain't going nowhere. And neither is her family.
No.
So the two of them need to figure out how to coexist across both lines. I know this sounds crazy, and this is hot topics. I'm still a little bothered with the transactional relationships from the 13-year-old girl and they putting her picture up on the Shannon Sharpe show. Mm-hmm. I think that Shannon Sharpe and his producers should have been a little bit better protecting the image of that child.
Again, protect our children.
That bothered me. And that bothers me because I think that a little girl should be her dad's pride and joy. I think that the little girl should be her dad's queen. And even in my household with my situations, I want my kids to be their dad's queen. I want my kids to have the best of everything. I want my kids to see the best of everything, enjoy the best of everything. And I damn sure don't want the father of my child complaining about it. I would have had an issue with that if I was her mom.
Absolutely.
I'd have came for her and Shannon Sharpe. But on the good side, the mom didn't. And the mom held her tongue, and I commend her because she just said that I didn't give them permission to use my daughter's picture or anything like this. But what I don't like, and I don't agree with, is what Evelyn did to her daughter. I looked at some of the clips and the shorts for Evelyn's podcast. I mean, both two unbelievably beautiful women.
Yeah. on the outside.
I was a little taken back by the position she put her daughter in.
Yeah, me too.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not mad at Evelyn. Do your thing. Shake, do your money maker. Get your shit off. Like, get your shit off. I am not a hater. Whatever works for you, baby, works for you. But to work it towards your daughter, that's where I didn't like the whole setup. I didn't like the look on her face. I didn't like the fact she couldn't even name her own child. I didn't like the snickering.
I mean, her daughter just looked so hurt.
Blank.
She just looked like
blank.
And I just think as a mom, it's our responsibility to protect our daughters and teach them, you know, as best as we can. And maybe she, you know, she's maybe doing the best she can. And I'm not here to judge her or her relationship or anything. I'm just saying, based on what we saw, that it just looked like, from what we saw, her daughter just felt exposed. And when the person is like talking about what he's not going to do and what would he do if she got married and all that kind of stuff. And
what in the fuck? What in the fuck?
You know, and then
it's a whole lot I want to say that I'm not gonna say.
Likewise.
Because at the end of the day, we're not here to talk about him or her mother, which is that child's grandmother. We're talking about the child. And one day the child will see this interview.
That's what I thought when I was looking at it. I was like,
nobody has brought that up yet.
That's what I was
Everybody's talking about, oh, we saw this and we saw this and we saw that. Nobody's talking about one day that child will see this interview.
That's exactly what I thought when I saw it. I was like,
this child will see that my dad didn't really want to fuck with my mother. My dad didn't really want to change my diapers. My grandma is laughing at my mother's feelings.
And my mother choosing my name.
And my mother basically flirting with my baby daddy on full camera. Like, this isn't a show about bashing women. This is a show about helping children. What is that child gonna think when he's 15 years old and sees this video? Who's gonna explain this shit to them? So what they're going to do to that child is what the government is doing to us. We didn't see what we saw. We didn't get to see what we saw.
It's a Jedi mind trick.
Yeah. So we didn't really see that. We didn't really hear you say you didn't really change my diaper. We didn't really hear you say you only had a baby with me because I was fine. So if we fucking around and having babies with everybody that's fine, now we know why being a single mother is so high. Now we know why the rate of single parenting is up. So you just having a baby with whoever's fucking fine, but you're laughing at it. So we're not going to give her any more time or energy. But what we are doing is we're going to give the daughter and the baby all the love and the praise that we can give them.
And if you recognize that she may recognize that she needs space or she needs healing or she needs whatever she needs to do to be, because when they were talking and he was saying that she asked a question, if the daughter got married, you know, what would he think about that or whatever. And I saw the daughter's face, and as he was talking, she was just going like this, because she's just like this.
Because what did he say?
Because he was like, well, I don't think anybody's gonna mess with her because I'm the father of, you know, her child. I mean,
she's absolutely drop dead gorgeous. And when she finds herself in this world, when she finds her position in this world, and she decides to step out of that.
Mm-hmm. That right there, when she decides to
step out of that and get off that game board, and I do mean game, get off the game board and figure out what God has for you.
She'll be empowered.
Mm-hmm. Because right now she's being beaten down by both opponents.
Mm. And that's one of the reasons we have this show, is because we want to empower women. Mm-hmm. We want to empower you to make your own choices, to make your own money, not to be like, I don't need a man. Like, that's not the case at all. But just know that you have everything inside of you. Everything.
And also know this, hurt people hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
Her mother's a hurt person. Because ain't no way I'm going to sit there and laugh at that shit with Gracie and Mariah. I'm not laughing at you. If you tell... See, this is where...
So let me ask you, what would make a mom sit there and accept that? What would make a mom sit there and not...
I think that...
respond in a way that protects her kid, her child?
I think that one, she's still seeking relevance. Like, she still wants to be that girl. And what she doesn't understand is she is that girl. Evelyn's beautiful.
Right.
She is that girl.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one of them need this. They're inviting this into their environment.
Right.
I'm sure he didn't call them and say, hey, can I be on your show? Like, right? I'm sure he didn't ask to be on that damn show. I'm sure they wanted him on the show to clear whatever the record is that they thought it was. But what does that mean? That's of no importance at all. What's important isn't his relationship with the daughter. It isn't his relationship with Evelyn. It's his relationship with his child.
Yeah.
And he's saying to the world, I don't have a relationship with her. But I don't even know if he has a relationship with the child.
But the child sees the relationship that he has with the mother, her daughter. Like, the child is going to see that.
But so does her mother. And her mother is laughing.
Mm-hmm.
You're laughing at the detriment of what? At what cost? What's the cost?
Her baby.
The baby will see that video one day. The baby will see what was said. He will know exactly how that man felt about his mother. Not because the mother told it, not because the grandmother told it as she co-signed it, but because the father told it.
Yeah. It always comes out.
And we think that, yeah, social media, it's going to help us. We're going to be famous. We're going to blah, blah, blah. At what cost? I tell my kids this all the time about God. It costs you nothing to believe. It costs you everything not to believe. I'm not going to sit on a platform and watch you humiliate my daughter. It's going to be a Jerry Springer show. Do you remember Jerry Springer? That's going to be me jumping up off the chair.
You'd have thrown a chair.
Diving on somebody like Hercules. Because you are not going to humiliate my child. We don't disrespect our family. Whatever the story is, that's your story to tell. But let's just see how Blaze does when he's older and he sees this. Let's see what Blaze thinks about his father and his grandmother when they see this. Because children protect their mothers.
Yeah. And protect your children. Protect your children. Mm-hmm. Be a safe space for your kids. Yeah. And that was not a safe space for her daughter.
Like this whole month of January, this past month, thank God it's February, was an attack on children everywhere. It was just an attack on the family and the children and what we believe in and how we keep our sane moral fiber. And we gotta continue to believe that there's hope, that this is going to get better. We gotta, the Bible says if you have an ounce of faith, if you have the faith of the mustard seed,
yeah,
that I can move mountains. We've got to get back to that faith. We've got to get back to the fact that we got to love each other through this. We don't have to humiliate each other through this. I mean, we've got 1, 2, 3 prominent families that we're talking about that are on social media like a wrecking ball. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. Just think about what's important.
And that's family.